I am live. A lot of people will say we are live, but there's nobody else right here, right now, sharing this moment with me. So I am live. You're not going to be watching this live. Let's move on. I'm going to have a couple of links down below in the description box, as always, to credit where I'm getting my information from. My last video was like just way too long. I like rambling. These are meant for that. But let's just try to cut to the chase. Drew Gulak is being accused of inappropriate behavior by Ronda Rousey at a backstage event dating back in 2022, a couple of years ago, where she was waiting around to talk to one of the writers alongside Bruce Pritchard and a couple of the people that were backstage at a wrestling event. Drew Gulak says, and I quote, "Backstage at this event, I saw Ronda talking with a group in the hallway. I stopped to say hi and shake all their hands, and in an attempt to shake her hand, I accidentally touched her drawstring. Complete accident, and one that I had apologized to her for the mishap, because who would want to try and assault her? She will fucking break your arm in half." But she says, you know, that he reached down and grabbed the string, and I'm just standing there, and people are just standing around doing nothing. And she's just like, what the hell just happened? Why are you grabbing the string of my sweatpants? But nobody around me acted as if it was abnormal for her to be acting the way that she was, which was pissed off. So she ended up confronting him and saying, if I ever meet you again, we're going to have some, you know what, if I hear you ever putting your hands on another woman like this. And he said, and I quote, no, I'm glad that you said something to me. She said that he was just backpedaling and everything like that, but it put a sour taste in her mouth and the culture there, and wondered what else could be happening behind closed doors, because this happened just out in the open. Now, I don't want to make light of this situation. I don't want to start picking fucking sides either, because this is pretty serious when you start dipping into this territory. But this has to do with all things wrestling. He's in WWE. She's Ronda effing Rousey. It's a big deal. Me, I'm neutral. If I saw him, if I saw her, I would treat them both like this wasn't even a thing. To remain neutral. Okay? I believe, this is my instinct, I believe in her head, she believes what happened by him was inappropriate. But part of me truly feels, based on a few things, and maybe that's why this potentially could have happened. Why would he assault her? She could break him in half. Secondly, there's other people there, like, watching. You know what I mean? Like, usually when people are trying to be inappropriate, don't they usually do it behind closed doors? I don't know. I'm just, right? So, and in the wake of like your Bill Cosbys, your Weinsteins, your Epsteins, McMahon, just like P. Diddy, like, holy cow. We know that these things happen, and in some cases they didn't happen because there's false accusations, and then this can tarnish his name, his image. Maybe this hits home for me because I've been very candid about this, but like some 20-something years ago, when I was in my early 20s, I think I just turned 21 or something like that, and a girl that I was getting to know was like 19 or 20. So around my age, we were just like 2-3 years different in age. Well, she had a friend that I had never met, and she was 17. And she accused me of RAPE. And I had never, ever even met her. Okay? And then when things got serious and her brothers and cousins threatened to do stuff to me, they had my phone number. I told them where I lived. I had nothing to hide. I said, you want to come down? You want to talk? I've got nothing to hide. I didn't do anything. Okay? She saw the severity of it, and she said, look, I made it up because I was jealous. Now, we could go and joke and be like, really? Someone was jealous of this, of you? That's another thing that could be dangerous sometimes. You can't look at someone and be like, yeah, no one's trying to do that to you. Because that's terrible as well, to say that. But it really did happen that I got accused of that, okay? That actually did happen. It does happen. But then, unfortunately, in some circumstances, these incidents with other people, they do happen. And I feel like I don't know what the percentage is, but that doesn't even really matter. It doesn't matter if it's 1 to 1 or 1 to 10. It's hard to pick a side or really have an opinion on something if you weren't fucking there to see it happen or not happen. I wasn't there, okay? But this is what a woman in sweatpants with the string, the drawstring, looks like. He didn't grab her G-string, okay? Grabbed her drawstring as he was trying to reach for her hand. Well, the hand is near the drawstring, and the drawstring is pretty close to the vajayjay area, okay? So you're in that area, okay? Probably not a good idea, but I truly feel, just on gut instinct, if I had to pick a statement for this, is I think it was not a malicious act. I think it was truly an accident, but on her end, I believe in her mind that she truly feels like he did something inappropriate, because I would like to think, to add furthermore to this, that she's not a malicious person that would just go around and start spreading things for no reason just to get him in trouble, because that's a very serious thing, and then that would damage her character as well if she's caught just making things up for the fun of it, right? I don't think she's like that. There are people like that. There are people like him, or what he's being accused of, right? And that's the problem. You're sitting there going, well, who's in the wrong? And that's why ultimately I look at things from a very neutral standpoint. Unless I see video footage of the whole incident, I really technically can't fully comment on it. I really, really can't. And I like giving people the benefit of the doubt, because based on what happened to me, and for a while people were joking around about it, and it wasn't funny at all. It absolutely was not funny, because it ruined me for a while. But thankfully, I'm not a celebrity. Nobody gives a shit about me. So I didn't make headline news and all that kind of shit. Oh, he's the ATW guy being, accused of inappropriate behavior. Like, no one gives a fuck about what I do, okay? Drew Gulak is a much bigger celebrity than I will ever be. So a story like that is much more damaging to his character than mine, okay? I walk down the street, nobody knows who I am. Nobody, okay? And I like it that way. But I want to be very candid and clear as to maybe why, like I said, I take this personally a little bit more. And like I said, it took a long, long time before the group of friends I used to hang around with and the jokes started to die off. It almost took 2 years. And this whole thing happened like really quick, like I don't even remember. But it was pretty fast from the moment that I got the call and I was told that I had supposedly done this. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, seriously? And then, like, within no time, it was just the whole thing got squashed because, like I said, she realized how serious it was, and then she confessed that she made the whole thing up. Okay? So hopefully, I don't know. I don't even know. Because at this point, like I said, I'm not picking a side. There's no, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just a shitty situation overall, like I said, especially, like I said, considering the fact that there's some stuff going on in WWE that's under investigation. Now we're bringing this to light. It's like, oh boy, right? All right, last thing I want to talk about is Chelsea Green. After the Barclays Center's Monday Night Raw a couple of days ago, she went to have a drink with some friends at a local hotel area place. And she was accused of being an escort. So they kicked her out. The thing is she did not look like this. That's not what she looked like. Not that you should judge a book by its cover, but I'm just saying, had she looked like that going into the hotel, I could have understood a little bit more, but I actually have an actual picture of what Mrs. Green looked like at the time of the incident. Was she going for the Julia Roberts Pretty Woman look? I don't know, but this does not look like an escort to me. jean dress, skirt, whatever, white tank top, and a gray, you know what I mean? Like it's blazer jacket, whatever you call it. Not very fashionable guy. Again, right? Now, obviously, at a WWE event, you don't think she's an escort. Well, maybe you do. No, but for real, really? I don't know. Like I said, I don't always want to talk about drama on my channel, but these have to do with wrestlers and or the wrestling business as a whole, right? This, Drew Gulak, he's in WWE. She was in WWE. She's currently in WWE. She's married to Zack Ryder, a.k.a. Matt Cardona. He thought it was funny on Twitter. So yeah, generally speaking, I try to talk about entertaining things that are uplifting, not like dramatic things like sexual inappropriate behavior and stuff like that, because that's really not something to joke about at all. Like it's not funny. It can really ruin people when it's true to the victim, and then when it's not true to the victim of being falsely accused, right? And because, like I said, I've literally lived that firsthand, and it took such a long time to break out of that and to have just the world move forward. Like, it's pretty serious. And like I said, I would like to think that she's not maliciously doing that to harm his character, that she truly feels like that happened. And then that's where it can be difficult, especially for a guy to start arguing with a woman about a situation like that and saying, that's not what happened. You didn't feel that, right? Like it's kind of that gray area where you can't start arguing with how somebody feels. I truly believe that she feels that way and it's authentic on her end. But I also, at the same time, like I said in closing, just have this feeling that what happened with him was not malicious. I really, really don't think so. So there you have it. You can make of it as you will. As I've mentioned on my channel, all things wrestling, whether they're funny or they're serious, I like talking about them. It also gives me a reason to upload to the channel to keep it alive, because I don't want to just always talk about the exact same thing all the time. 2K24, like it's hard for me to come up with entertaining ways to keep doing the same thing. Like, oh, I'm playing universe mode again. Like, wow, we haven't seen that before. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm a comedian like Kevin Hart. Oh, what's he going to say this time that's funny? It's not like I have the Chappelle funny gene in me kind of thing. If I did, that'd be different. So I look for stories, hopefully not in this light, but just in general. Like this was like a funny-ish, incident. I mean, she was a little embarrassed, but she kind of laughed it off. Like I said, so did her husband. It ended up not being like some big dramatic thing. So things like that, to me, I like covering for people that are really into wrestling, not just what happens in the ring, but outside of the ring, which is why I talked about briefly, the interview with Ariel Hanani. The guy from the MMA Hour. I've only ever watched him once. That had the interview with CM Punk and Rhea Ripley, and then Becky showed up, and Cody went on and talked about that, and I'm gonna have to watch that. And somebody wants me to talk about the Bray Wyatt documentary. All these things that happen that have to do with wrestling, but not necessarily like on Monday Night Raw wrestling or SmackDown wrestling. I love when those things happen because it gives me something extra to talk about to try and keep the channel diversified with literally ATW, all things wrestling. I'm going to stop talking. My video... You gotta be kidding me. How is my video longer than my original one almost? Whatever. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and trying to make me relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up online. And if you didn't like the video, can't help you there. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, and I'll send her after you. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.